All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Saturday edition of the Four Star Sports Show. I'm Ray McKell. On to my left, we have Jonathan Sturviant, and to my right, Nathan Wilson. Thank you all for joining today.
No
So,
problem. Happy Saturday to everybody.
happy Saturday, everyone. But first, I'd like to talk about the new college football overtime rule that just got applied for next year. Welcome to another Saturday. So, to my understanding, in the second overtime, if you score a touchdown, you have to go for two. Now, once the second overtime's over and the teams are still tied, then they'll go into 2 point shootouts before until one is higher than the other. I want to get your thoughts on that, guys.
What is this, soccer, first of all?
Soccer? This is
What is
college
it?
football, John.
No, I'm talking about what is it? You know what I mean. But what is soccer? Is this
Hockey.
hockey where the shootout happened? What the heck is
Yeah,
NCAA?
similar to that, but this is college football.
NCAA is ashamed of themselves big time right now. That's all I gotta say to that. But I'm not a big fan of it. Like we talked about a couple months ago, we were just waiting for the vote to get approved. Guys, I love the shootouts of college football. I don't care if it's like 75 to 74 after seven overtimes. I enjoy the atmosphere and I enjoy more football to watch.
Yeah.
Um, for example, the LSU Texas A&M game in College Station like a few years ago when it was crazy going down to that game where it was like a pass interference on fourth down and then they expanded the drive because of a pass interference. Let's just say that the NCAA should basically, I guess, what they're trying to do is travel, like because of curfews, it seems, because maybe the teams had to go to their next flight to fly out, or something similar to that. I guess like how they do some college baseball teams. If you don't play at a certain time or play by the end of the game by a certain time, you basically end the game at a certain time. I guess. But to me, I hate it with a passion. Next question. But go ahead, Nathan.
Nathan.
No. I agree fully. I mean, all these changes being made, and, and now they're starting to change college football for us. The shootout thing, I just don't understand it. I don't agree with it. I like the way the overtime is now. I mean, you're going back to let's and correct me if I'm wrong, but Ole Miss Arkansas, what was it? How many overtimes was that? Like
Seven
nine,
also.
seven,
Yeah.
seven. So I mean, come on. If you the reason probably is because there's a lot of people that don't like staying up watching them overtime games, but me on the other hand, I'll stay up and watch it. I mean,
Yes, definitely.
and the thing about it, to change college football, it you don't need to change anything about college football. It's perfect the way it is. Don't touch it. You can change the NFL. You can do that to NBA, all the major leagues, but college, come on, man, leave the college alone. Let them have it the way And this whole shootout thing, you're right. This ain't hockey. This ain't soccer. you know, I mean, next thing they're going to say is we're going to line you up. We're going to have each kicker come out. We're going to line them up at the 20. They're going to kick a field goal. Then they're going to move back, and we're going to keep on moving back until someone misses. And then that's who we're going to decide the winner that way too. That's crap. That's crap. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. But yeah, next question, man. That's
Ray,
Yeah,
Ray, like Brendan said a couple months ago, it takes away the kicking game in general
definitely.
because, especially when a kid basically could get his draft stock a little bit higher by kicking like a 50-something yard field goal as time expired or whatever, because his long previous to that was like 25 or whatever. So
or
it
you
does
throw a
take,
shoe, or if you throw a
yeah,
shoe and line up for a nice upset field goal.
Hey, here's a shoe. Throw it to the end zone or through the post. Come on.
Ray, what do you think about it, my friend?
Well, I would have to see it in person before I make an opinion on things, because don't judge a book by its cover. But I have a feeling that it's going to go down south really quickly.
You know,
That's just my
and that
personal
right.
opinion on it.
The NCAA also brought some breaking news yesterday, also regarding the expanding playoffs as well yesterday, and I'm like, so basically they're going to keep it as four teams probably for this year and next year, because they still have 4 years left on the remaining deal that they have, guys. I'm like, the NFL is adding an extra game during the regular season.
Mhm.
The NBA is adding more teams for the playoffs. The Major League Baseball is doing additional wild cards still at last check. They haven't changed that. And the NCAA is basically getting a lot of grief right now, which they should, because a lot of people still want that 18 playoff and the 16-team playoff. People just love college football a little bit more than NFL these days. So that's one reason I still want my 18 playoff if I'm like a Memphis, a UCF, Cincinnati, or somebody like that. What is y'all's thoughts?
I mean, here's my thought on it. Okay, I wouldn't mind expanding it to 8 teams. Okay, just so everybody's happy, because
Definitely.
as everybody knows, it's the same 4 teams every year. It's going to be Clemson, it'll be Alabama, Ohio State be in there, Notre Dame. Hopefully they won't be back in there because hopefully they learn a lesson. But to give all these other teams a chance at it, so nobody, everybody is happy about it. But my thing is if you do that, if you bring them in, and let's say you got 8 teams, okay? Let's say you got, I'm just gonna pick somebody. Let's say UCF, okay? Let's say UCF has a good season, they get in, okay? So I just don't want to hear if UCF's got to play the number 1 team or the number 2 team, because you're gonna have teams that are gonna be like, oh, that's not fair. No. We had a better or a stronger schedule or something. We should be higher up. We shouldn't be playing the number 1 team or the number 2 team or whatever. But here's my thing. All right, let's say you do the eight teams, okay? But what's going to happen if out of the 8 teams, let's say 4 of them are SEC? That's the same thing they hated when Alabama faced off and LSU faced off. National championship. They try to make it not happen. But what's going to happen and I'm not just going to say the SEC. I'll say the ACC. All the other conferences. I mean, what's going to stop that? Are you just how you going to keep that from happening if you're going to go 18?
Yeah, it's definitely there. So, Nathan, I've heard some NFL developments lately. Is just one of those?
NFL developments?
Yes. Like, for example, the weird uniform rule.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, apparently, I don't know the full story on this. I've just seen Tom Brady complain about it too damn much, about a lineman wearing the number 2 jersey and all that kind of nonsense. So, and I think, John, go ahead and correct me on this because I think I'm going to get this one wrong. Now, the whole jersey thing is, what is it? Like, it's only a certain.
I think it's only certain players can wear certain numbers.
Yeah, that's it. Certain players can wear certain numbers. A lineman can't be number 2 or number 1 or something like that. You can't have a quarterback like Kentucky did that had 22.
Jared Lorenzo.
Yeah, so you're gonna have certain players with certain numbers. So my thing is, I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So, but that's just me. But like I said, Tom Brady doesn't like it, doesn't agree with it. So, if he doesn't agree with it, they're going to go with whatever he says and wants to do.
Yeah. John, what do you think about this?
I'm not a big fan of it. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's looking like that according to this, tight ends, running backs, H-backs, and wide receivers are scheduled to wear numbers 1 through 49, and defensive backs can choose from 80 to 89, supposedly. Then offensive linemen 50 to 79, defensive linemen 50 to 79. Kickers punters, and quarterbacks remain in 1 to 19. And who am I missing? Yeah, that's pretty much all of them. But yeah, like you said, Nathan, Jared Lorenzen wore 22 in college. He wore that, I think, 1 year in the NFL with the Giants. But no, if people want to buy jersey sales like they are right now, the players should wear whatever number they want. Maybe they have. I know some jersey numbers are retired. Like then the NFL players do get permission from these players that do have retired jerseys out there. For example,
Yeah.
So like if somebody wants to wear like a Warren Sapp jersey number 99, they should be able to wear it in honor of him. Or Brett Favre jersey number 4, like a defensive linebacker said, "Hey, I looked up to Brett Favre. Let him wear number 4."
You know what's going to end up happening, right? It's going to get to the point they're going to be like, next thing you know, we're going to be talking about getting number 8.5, 8.5. You can get jersey number 8.5 now. All this mess. I mean, it's ridiculous. The NFL is coming up with so many rules now that it's nonsense.
And then the NFL's already got that stupid cleat rule where the players can't wear certain cleats, or they'll get fined $25,000 for some cleats.
Wait a minute, what? Now that's new to me.
What?
This is like years ago. I believe they got that. Like, for example, if a player wants to wear like colored cleats or whatever to support somebody, they can't wear those certain cleats. I believe from a couple of years ago. Somebody got fined like $25,000 a while back, if I remember right.
So what about the breast cancer awareness? The pink and all that. You
we
trying to tell me they can't wear those?
We got to remember D'Angelo Williams wore something in honor of his mom.
Yeah,
like a while back, and Roger Goodell or whoever the commissioner was back then told him he couldn't wear it, or in honor of his mom.
Yeah, that's
if I remember right.
Dude. That's crap.
Yeah.
Great stuff indeed. Well, John, would you like to give a shout out to someone?
Well, first of all, I do want to say, what did y'all? I'm happy that I forgot to bring up during college football talk. I'm happy the University of Memphis and Florida State reached out a deal in 2024. So kudos to Laird Beach at the University of Memphis. Kudos to the Florida State athletic director. Kudos to Mike Norvell, and kudos to Ryan Silverfield for getting that game together. Hopefully, both coaches will still be around, so all Memphis fans can make a road trip down to Tallahassee and support that game as well between two good coaches. Hopefully, that game will still be around in 2024. But yeah, let's talk some baseball. I want to give a shout out. Let's give a shout out to Fernando Tatis Jr. Talk some baseball.
Yeah, two big home runs, just like his daddy.
Yes, indeed. Jacob deGrom from the Mets is showing early that he is an NL Cy Young front runner. 15 strikeouts, complete game, 2-hitter. You can't ask more than that.
I mean, they even shouted MVP to him. They gave him the MVP shout. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a hell of a pitcher, and he was giving them all kinds of help. But I also want to we got to give a shout out to the Oakland A's right now on a 12-game win streak, and so they're rolling in hot right now.
Yes, definitely. So,
who else is the hottest? Who else do y'all think is the hottest team around right now in baseball?
Right now,
yeah.
If I had to pick right now, oh man. Besides the A's, right? We're not going to go
besides the A's.
Besides the A's. Oh boy, I can't say my Cardinals because my Cardinals are in a little bit of a slump right now. But they're about.
Well, let me ask you a quick question regarding the Cardinals and our Cardinals. Actually, we talked about me and Brandon talked about last week. Carlos Martinez is now 0-3 on the year. I know he hasn't had no run support, regarding when he's pitching.
Yep.
I know he's struggling in general on the mound. But what do you think about him maybe going to kind of like a middle relief role for the Cardinals?
I think that would be perfect, to be honest with you. I mean, I think he's lost his touch a little bit. I mean, but yeah, I would much rather see him use him bring him in and
The
not
seventh
have
inning
him
or
as a
sixth inning.
closer in it.
Yeah.
Don't use him, the way we've been doing it right now. But that's just me. I mean, heck,
Right.
I want to know have you heard an update? I heard. See, I didn't get to watch the game last night. I saw highlights. Did Yachty get hurt last night?
To be honest with you, I haven't really seen that report yet. I know he hit
Okay.
another home run.
Yeah, he did. I seen that. That's my boy.
Hey, Ray, your Phillies are looking pretty better in the NL East.
Yeah, they have been up and up, but they're still getting behind the Mets right now. Atlanta has the same record as us right now. So April is turning out to be a pretty solid month for the NL East in general, and it's going to be amazing moving forward of what the NL East will shape out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the NL. I call it the NL East, the NFC East of NFL with the Dallas Cowboys and Giants, and then everybody mixed it together, my friend. But hey guys, look at look at the Boston Red Sox. Now they are freaking 13-8 right now. They only won one in a row now, but they're getting better on the road and they're at home and they're 7-7, 6-1 on the road. But that's one team that Brandon said they're going to win the AL East, and I guess the Yankees are still struggling with their pitching staff. Kansas City is 11-7, so shout out to all my Kansas City Royal fans who's now in first place for a while. Yeah, Nathan, you said Oakland, but Seattle's one game back right now, guys, with the AL West. So look out for Seattle. And the
Yeah, I seen
Astros
that.
are still, so the cheaters are still struggling. So that's another good thing, I guess, whoever the Astros,
Mhm.
My disappointment right now, I guess, in the National League, let's go with the Diamondbacks. I thought they would be kind of better this year. I thought Madison Bumgarner might have got over the hump. I know he's not with the Giants no more, but I kind of surprised by the Diamondbacks slow start as well.
Yeah.
Who's y'all's disappointments right now in the Major League Baseball?
I mean, Yankees, man. I'll say Yankees. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'll be the one to say it. It's freaking Yankees, man. It's not looking good. But not just that. But I mean, I'm not going to bring up this team because I really don't care. And a lot of baseball fans, out there know, nobody cares about the Astros. That are the cheating. I'm sorry, but
Trash can
but yeah,
Astros.
but yeah, the Yankees right now, dude. I mean, it's not their year right now. It's not. I mean, it's not a good start for them right now. And it's not looking good. But I mean, I'll go ahead and say this too. I'll bring up the Braves, Atlanta. I'll bring up Atlanta too. Atlanta, they're in the same boat as the Cardinals right now. You're waiting for them to rally and get a win streak going sometime, and usually it's towards the end or towards the middle. So hopefully we see something soon. Because I want to see the rematch. I want to see it. I want to see Braves against Cardinals in the playoff. I want to see it so badly.
Yeah, it's definitely my disappointing team right now has to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. Because I thought they were going to be the middle of the NL Central. Now they're in the lower part at 9-11, and it's still early in the season. April tends to be a month where anybody can beat anybody at any time. But once the mid-season comes around and when September rolls around, we'll have a better picture as to who's doing what.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, give kudos to everybody in Chicago liking the Cubs right now. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Congratulations, Christian. They finally won some games, right? But
well, hey, you look at the Yankee fans. Some of the Yankee fans are switching over to cheer on the Mets now. So
yeah,
I mean the Mets. But you also got to look at. I don't know if y'all know about this. JD Martinez. He's leading right now. He's leading in home runs. He's leading in the RBIs, hits. I mean, this man. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job right now at bat. He's got 7 home runs as of right now. And well, right now there's a 3-way tie apparently now
Hmm.
for the leading in the home run.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy indeed. Well, before we continue, I do like to thank you for everyone watching on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. Really do appreciate that. John, with us, would you like to give a shout out to somebody?
Now we'll talk about it at the end of the show. It's fine because we still
All
want to talk
right.
a little sports. But how about some college baseball talk, guys?
Yeah.
do that.
So,
It's getting crazy in
Arkansas.
some conferences.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Arkansas
Arkansas.
has
Go ahead
not
and take-
lost a conference series, I believe, so far
Not
this
yet.
year.
Not yet.
Not yet, but it can happen.
I mean, they're already behind right now.
They're playing right now?
No, not right now. South Carolina beat them yesterday.
Oh,
And then-
okay.
Yeah, and then Arkansas returned the favor though. That's how they still
Yep.
Yeah.
South Carolina beat Arkansas 6-2 the other day.
Yes,
But,
and I believe we're coming up on the conference tournament soon.
Man, it's right around the corner. It's like a month away. Like it seemed like today, to be honest with you, because a lot of teams like Tennessee or Ole Miss, they still got like 3 or 4 series left. Like I talked with Christian and Ty yesterday with Arkansas. I'm like, Arkansas doesn't have no easy roads going down to the wire, guys. They still got to go on some road trips, and they still got to play at LSU 3 times, host Georgia 3 times, and then they play at Tennessee 3 times, and then Florida for 3 games at home. But those are no easy. That's no easy road trip, for the good old Razorback country.
Yeah.
Tennessee's playing so good right now. I know they played Vanderbilt, and that was an exciting series to watch yesterday.
Well, see, LSU beat Ole Miss yesterday.
Yeah, twice.
7-2.
Yesterday and the day before.
And
so that's a huge win for LSU because they've been struggling as of late. And to go into Swayze Field, that's no easy environment to bring up LSU. That's a good point, Nathan.
But here's another little upset right here. Baylor took down Texas Tech yesterday too.
Wow.
Baylor beat Texas Tech 12-4.
Wow.
And then you have Mississippi State and Vanderbilt played yesterday as well, and Vanderbilt ended up beating State, I think 6-2. I believe, if I'm correct on that.
And they played game 2. Yeah, they played game 2 at 7:00 on the ESPNU. So if anybody wants to see some good pitching in that one, with Jack Leiter on the mound today from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
So Rooker pitched yesterday, and then of course, like we talked about, they're going 1-2 probably in the NFL, or not the NFL, but the MLB draft.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm looking at some scores from yesterday as well, and I see UCF beating East Carolina at East Carolina. I believe their first loss in 19 games from a fan that just told me that's a UCF fan, Eric Edwards. But kudos to UCF beating East Carolina.
Wait a minute now.
Guys.
Well, I got here East Carolina beat UCF 4-2. So that must be game 2 with it.
They might have a doubleheader.
They
Yeah.
beat them. So they're tied 1-1. And then you got, of course, Florida State beat Georgia Tech 9-0. And this is this is what I love about college baseball. You got number 20 Old Dominion that beat number 19 Charlotte 9-5.
Dang, they're both ranked. Wow.
Then you got number 21 Indiana State that got beat by Dallas Baptist 8-5.
Wow.
It is what I love about college baseball. A lot of schools, they're not football schools, they're not basketball schools, they're baseball schools. And you're going to start seeing, them pop up on the top 25. You're sitting like, who is that? I don't know who that is. But yeah.
Wow. But yeah, Dallas Baptist usually makes the NCAA tournament year in, year out. I believe they usually play in the Fayetteville region or the Austin region. But hey, kudos to Dallas Baptist for doing so well. All right, Ray. What's our next topic, my friend?
All right. So next up will be some NFL draft talk because some things have happened since last week and in preparation for the draft on starting on the 29th of April. So right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have 11 picks
Wow.
in this year's draft. We are loaded with draft picks this year and next year. But I want to get your opinion on something here because the latest projection is having Mac Jones to Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
if I recall.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
See, the talk is about that right now. Is apparently NFL prospects, and I hate they down the way the kind of quarterback Mac Jones is. They want him to be a dual like Justin Fields, Trevor, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence. They're both dual threat quarterbacks. Mac Jones ain't. He's a pocket quarterback. I mean, he's an accurate thrower. I think his percentage was on completions was like 78% completion.
Yeah, roughly
rating.
around there.
So it was the highest in college football. So him going to Carolina, in which I'm not mad about it. I think Carolina's going to do great with him. He's got Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. So he's going to have that running back that can catch and run at the same and all that, and he's fast. So he's going to have that like he did at Alabama with Najee Harris. But that is just what they've said because everybody was trying to figure out, did the 49ers trade up to get Mac? Was that why they traded up to get Mac? But now it's as if they're going for Justin Fields instead.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Right. I also heard San Francisco could go after that North Dakota State quarterback because the North Dakota State quarterback has a relationship with Kyle Shanahan's some type of relationship in San Francisco. So that'd be kind of interesting that he goes to San Francisco at in that top 5 as well.
Well, here's my thing. Mac Jones, Steve Sarkisian was he was offense coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. He coached Mac Jones as his offense coordinator. Basically, I ain't gonna lie, made Mac Jones who he is. I mean, he gave him the tools he needed and everything. And then you got Shanahan, who also used to coach for the Falcons. So maybe the Falcons are trying to get a quarterback. Maybe that's who they want. Maybe we might see Mac Jones at the Falcons. Who knows?
All right, Nathan. Since you're a Tennessee Titan fan, I know we talked about Elijah Moore before the show started.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still want Elijah Moore, or do you want to go defense with your first pick?
I mean, it's like I told you before, dude. I would take Elijah Moore. I mean, think about it. We have Elijah Moore, who's a speedy receiver. He's fast. He's good. He did great at Ole Miss. I mean, Alabama had trouble with him. And then you got A.J. Brown. So you got 2 awesome receivers to help out. Us on the offensive side. You already got a running back at Derrick Henry. So, I'd go first pick for us. Yeah, let's get Elijah Moore. Let's add some more threats on our offense and everything. Let's get some more weapons over there.
I'm hearing the Broncos are trying to get Justin Fields, according to a report on social media also. So they might be trading.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Where's Brandon when we need him?
What about Ray? Ray, who do you think the Eagles should pick in the first round? Like, what kind of position do you think they?
We need a
should
wide receiver. So either Jalen Waddle. I doubt it's going to be Devontae Smith, but if Devontae Smith is not available at the time, Jalen Waddle will be our pick.
Well, I wouldn't have the Devontae pick. We talked about it earlier. I thought Devontae is going to go to Miami. He'll go back with Tua. Him and Tua back together again. But from the looks of it, it looks like Miami is not going to take Devontae. It looks like Miami is going to go after the LSU receiver. What's his name?
Yeah, Chase.
You know,
Whatever.
yeah, Chase. If they're going to go after Chase, so if that happens, I mean, if I was the Eagles, I would jump on Devontae Smith. I'd take it because all the talk they're giving Devontae right now. Oh, he's too small. He's not big. You know, will he be able to handle the press? You know, coverage and all that. Come on, man. He got the nickname Slim Reaper for a reason. He won the highest. I mean, look at the competition he faced. You know, you couldn't stop him. So if you want to doubt him, go for it because he's going to do the same thing he does every time. He's going to prove everybody wrong. He's going to come out. He's going to show out. That's what he does.
Yeah, so I've looked at the latest draft mock, and some of the folks on CBS having Jalen Waddle to Miami and also Detroit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting how those two line up later. But here's my top four. Jaguars will get Trevor Lawrence. That is no question.
Yeah.
Jets will get Zach Wilson. Also no question.
Right.
The question will be the third pick that San Francisco has. Will they go with Justin Fields or will they go with Mac Jones? So I'm seeing some pick Mac Jones, some pick Justin Fields, but the fourth one is very consistent to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
So
that's another thing I was reading about. Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys. You know, they want to get Kyle Pitts over there with the Cowboys. And don't get me wrong, that'd be a big pickup for them. You know, to have Kyle Pitts. But let me ask y'all this though. Since, you know, we talk about these quarterbacks, we named off, you know, the top four. What about Kyle Trask?
Yeah, I don't even see Kyle Trask in this mock.
I see Kyle Trask in the third round.
Yeah.
My just mock that I'm looking at only covers the first round, so that is something.
But I do see Kyle Trask possibly going third round, Nathan. I really do.
Well, who do you think could take Kyle Trask though?
Detroit.
Maybe.
They don't have Stafford no more, so yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good choice for him. I mean it though, but we're also forgetting a few other top players too. And I want to make sure I say this name right. Florida's wide receiver, is it Tony? I don't know if I'm saying it right or not, but number one. But I mean, he's in the draft too as one of the top receivers. So, you know, I wouldn't mind having him over with the Titans. But then again, the Eagles might pick him up. You know, if they don't get Waddle or Devontae, they still have him. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this NFL draft. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait to watch it.
The thing about Detroit is they got Jared Goff at the quarterback right now. You know, I think Kyle Trask can learn from I know Jared Goff's been around for so many years. I think he can probably learn the game from Jared Goff in a way. But Detroit, you know, that's the thing about Detroit. They pull upsets year in, year out at times. So it'll be interesting. Like, who do y'all see? Yeah. Who do y'all see maybe, like, for surprising? Who do y'all see, like, in a second round pickup for a team that's probably predicted maybe fifth round right now on some mock drafts that could be basically a sleeper in the second round?
Yeah, so before we go into that, Eric Edwards, one of our YouTube viewers, saying here the Broncos are trying to get Justin Fields. Eric, thank you for watching us. We really do appreciate that. But it is a possibility Broncos may go after Justin Fields if the 49ers don't pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking about the second round, John, as you were alluding to, what would What surprise do you think will happen?
I see maybe a lot more running backs taken across the board. I see
Yeah,
I see a little bit more tight ends coming off the board. I see the Jacksonville Jaguars maybe choosing a tight end with their second pick in this second round. With Pat Freiermuth from Penn State would be a good addition for them. Travis Etienne, I've seen him go in the second round. That could be a sleeper going to the Jets. So it'll be interesting. What about y'all?
Well, I got this right here. The Lions are open to trading the number 7 pick in the NFL draft. So the Lions are willing to give up the 7th pick to somebody, whoever wants it. So they're willing to trade.
Yes,
so that's going to be
definitely.
interesting right there.
Yeah, I think the second round will be a running back heavy round.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with all the quarterbacks and wide receivers in the draft. They're like the first round. And then second round, you're going to see a lot more running backs.
And hey, offensive linemen might be some surprises in the second round for all we know too.
Yeah.
I think. Hey, I just saw where Kenneth Gainwell from Memphis could possibly go in the second round on a mock draft, and I'm like, I could see it, but I'm still anxious to see if Gainwell's only 1 year of playing college football really hurt him, Nathan. You know, from University of Memphis. So I see him possibly going maybe in the second round, but I seen him also slipping down the fifth round just because of that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you got. I think the second round, yeah, it's going to be loaded up. Running backs. I think we're going to see a lot of linemen, defensive players. I mean, and I hate I didn't get this wrote down, but I believe, yeah, I mean, I agree. I think we're going to see what we all expect. Top 5 quarterbacks, first round, gone. Top receivers, going to be gone. And I think come second round, third round, it's going to be linemen, defensive players, maybe a few quarterbacks get picked up in the second round. But I mean, but let's not get it wrong, guys. This NFL draft, it could shock us all. I mean, things could change in it to where, you know, we all thinking like this is how it's going to be. You know, this is who it's going to be. I mean, these teams come out and surprise us and change their mind last minute, you know. But here's a question I have for y'all, and it does have to do with the draft. You have Trevor Lawrence going first, number 1 pick, going to Jacksonville. All the hype is going up about him, you know, being at Jacksonville, Urban Meyer, and all this. Do y'all think that it's just too much hype? That it's blown out of proportion? Like, do you think that he's actually going to be able to do something at Jacksonville, or what do y'all think?
Offensive line needs to improve, first of all, for the Jacksonville Jaguars to give them some protection.
Yeah, the offensive line has to be solid for whoever quarterback's there, you know, because in the NFL, they come hitting. Mm-hmm. And you want an offensive line who can protect your quarterback. If you can't protect your quarterback, then you won't go far in terms of success, so to speak.
Well,
I mean, it showed with Joe Burrow last year, Nathan, because the way he got hurt in that one game, it showed with Joe Burrow this past year just because he got hit a lot.
Yeah.
The Bengals didn't protect him. And if the Bengals are smart, they go with offensive linemen in their first pick this year in the NFL draft to protect them.
Let's remember this. RG3 coming out of Baylor. You know, awesome dual threat quarterback, comes out, runs, starts to run, and what happens? He gets hurt. You know, so that's why, you know, these you know, and I got it. You know, Zach Wilson, he's a hell of a quarterback. He did awesome at BYU. You know, there's a little things that they say, about him. But we're not going to bring that up. He's a good quarterback, got a strong arm. And then, you know, you got Trey Lance. I think Trey played one game this season, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then just was like, no, I'm gonna go into the NFL. And then you have Justin Fields. Justin Fields got hurt. He was already hurt in the championship game, and when you watched his pro day, he looked great. But you can always look great on your pro day, but once you start having a big old linebacker coming at you, and it's a whole lot different. The NFL is a lot different than college. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of guys going to have to step up and prove. I think that Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be good at Jacksonville. I think that's a good place for him. I think Urban Meyer is the perfect coach to coach him up. I mean, if we got to look at what Urban Meyer did with Tim Tebow. I mean, even though he did pretty good in the NFL, but baseball was his thing.
And then he retired from baseball.
Yeah, he just retired from baseball. But I mean, I hope Trevor does good. That was just one thing, because everything I hear about is it's Trevor Lawrence, all this, and that's why everybody knew. Oh, it's so obvious he's going to Jacksonville. But what was it? It was last year's draft, I believe, or it was the one before then, when the New York Giants made their pick.
Yeah, they get the Duke quarterback.
They picked Daniels, and I forgot who they picked Daniels over.
Oh gosh,
Kyler Murray of all people.
Yeah.
Was it Murray? Was Murray?
Yeah, it was Murray.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So chose Daniels over Murray, and Murray's supposed to be the number one.
And
so
Daniel Jones with the 6th pick the New York Giants had, they picked Daniel Jones over Kyler Murray.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing about this draft. We're sitting here talking about it and everything, but truth be told, there ain't no telling what's going to happen in this draft. I mean,
and I think Murray's in a better fit than he would if he went to the Giants. It would be a bad fit for him. But since he's with Coach Kingsbury, I think he's in a better fit, especially when those free agents this year decide to go to Arizona as well.
Yeah. Arizona might be the team, boys. they might actually do something. I hope. I mean, heck, they pulled all the strings. They got all these top players over there now, so But also, when you look at the draft, and you got man, I cannot think of that Clemson running back. I think it's like
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne. He's going to be a top running back. I think he's going to be something in the NFL. I think he's going to be great in the NFL.
Here's another sleeper for you. I found out.
All right, go for it.
Quinton Bohanna from Kentucky.
Bohanna.
What?
Yeah, Quinton Bohanna from Kentucky, a defensive lineman that played for Kentucky, could possibly surprise some people in the first 4 rounds as well, because the way he produced at Kentucky, y'all just look him up. He did pretty well for Kentucky this past couple of years at Kentucky. And he's also a Memphis resident. That's one reason I want to give him a shout out as well. He played at Cordova High School here local.
Huh.
But they're talking about he could possibly very well go in the first 4 rounds as well.
Well, I mean, that would be big. But you want to also talk about I want to make sure you got quarterback Davis Mills from Stanford. I think they're calling him to be a 2nd round pick. Yeah, day 2 pick. And then where is it? Nico Collins, Rondell Moore. There's a good receiver right there from Purdue. I mean, he did an awesome job at Purdue. I mean, I think he's that fast receiver they have. I think he's like the top receiver. And then Trey
Yeah, I heard-
Sermon.
Right. Wow. But yeah, it all starts
And-
next Thursday. Wow.
I mean,
Yeah, next Thursday already.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's just fast forward and say it's not, no.
I mean, they're saying there's another talk too about Georgia defensive end. It looks like outside linebacker, defensive
Mhm.
end. That they're talking about he could surprise and be a first rounder. Peyton Turner. They said he could surprise people and be a first rounder. Micah Parsons. That's the guy that said that I thought the Broncos were going to go for in the first round, but I think that the Broncos they'll get Micah Parsons as long as Justin Fields is not available. But Justin Fields is available, that's who they're going for. Sorry,
And it
Drew
looks
Luck,
like-
you're going to be benched.
Yeah.
Well, we
Being
had a
replaced,
really
buddy.
good. Yes, definitely. Well, we had a really good show
what
today.
did y'all think about Kansas City though regarding their first round, like shipping and getting Baltimore? They got letter protection for Patrick Mahomes. It looks like
Yeah, they need
in that trade
protection for
yesterday.
Patrick Mahomes. Did you not watch that Super Bowl? They need, heck, Patrick Mahomes had his nice little bonus paycheck he got last year. It's not that pretty anymore. He ended up cutting it a little bit. But Ray, I got a question for you, Ray, and I asked you this earlier.
Yes.
So right now in Philly, for the Eagles, I know we got some Eagle fans out there, and
Yeah, we
it'd be
do.
great to hear back and hear their input. At first, Jalen Hurts. You got rid of Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts is going to be your QB1. Then you got Flacco coming on in. And now it's not guaranteed anymore for Jalen to be QB1.
No, it's not. He's going to prove himself.
So what's your take? Do you think Jalen should get that QB1 spot in the games that he's played?
I don't think it will be enough to support it. I think it will be a help to Jalen Hurts, but I think he's going to have to show the new head coach that he is ready for the big time, which I have no doubt that he will, pending he does it without any injury. That's another thing. But Joe Flacco was brought to Philadelphia to mentor Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, by making it a quarterback competition between Hurts and Flacco. That stirs the pot. It's going to be interesting how Nick Sirianni does pick his new quarterback number one moving forward.
But it has to feel good for the Eagle fans, though. Carson Wentz is not there. You don't have to boo him anymore when he gets on the field.
Yeah, you don't have to boo him anymore. Carson Wentz is off to Indianapolis. So.
I mean, Indianapolis can have him now. I'm glad the Titans didn't take him because I didn't want him either.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we have 2 first-rounders for next year. It can be 3 if Carson Wentz plays 75% of his snaps or 70% of the plays. And if the Colts make the playoffs. So we may get another draft first rounder.
You're asking too much. You're asking too much, man.
Mind you, we may make some trades beforehand, but
I mean, it could happen though. It could happen. Who knows? I mean, Carson Wentz could go to the Super Bowl next year for all we know.
Yeah.
Everybody talks bad about him, and then all of a sudden, look at him. He's in the Super Bowl next year. Against none other, I mean, we all know Tom Brady's going back.
Yes. This year, for us, it's not a do or die year. That will come, but not this year.
We know y'all got a good kicker, though.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Well, here you go, John. I got a question for you then.
Yeah.
Being a Titan fan. On defense.
Well, I'm a Titan and Bronco fan, but go ahead, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll forgive you for the Bronco thing. It's okay. Everybody was a Bronco fan once, when John
Yeah.
Elway and
And Terrell Davis, but yeah.
Terrell
yeah,
Davis and Sharp and all of them were there. Everybody had that team. I can vouch for that.
Not West.
heck,
He was a Green Bay Packer.
Huh?
I said not West. He was a Green Bay Packer.
I like the 49ers. Jerry Rice, Terrell
Yeah.
Owens, Steve Young. I liked them back then. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
But all right. So when you look at the Titans on defense, coming up on this draft, what do you think? What should be our main look? Like, what should we be trying to get first? Should we go for a cornerback, a defensive back, a linebacker, or a defensive line?
Like you said, I do like Elijah Moore, but the thing is, you need to go defense here in the first round. Just because you lost so many players in free agency, like your corners definitely are gone to free agency. Like you lost two of your main players on corner. So I think you definitely need to get a corner in the first round, or at least a linebacker.
Yeah.
Because the Titans got beat pretty bad last year in the secondary department.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't get off the field on third down, for example, at times last year. So that's one reason I think you need to go defense.
Well, what about this? What about the Broncos then? I wish Brandon was here too, so he could get his input. But what about the Broncos though? What do you think the Broncos need to go for?
Man, like
do y'all have enough faith in Drew Luck? Do y'all feel like, all right, we can pass on a quarterback? Drew, we got some faith in Drew.
Or take a shot at Justin Fields.
Man, I really don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you, because looking at their depth chart, Jeff Driscoll's the backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos. I'm not saying Jeff Driscoll's a bad quarterback, but Jeff Driscoll's been around the game for like 20-something years, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think, see, the thing is, if they do, man, it's so hard because I want to see the Broncos get over and win that in that West Division. But that West Division is just so hard with the Raiders, with John Gruden, and Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes, and just to name a few of those teams. But I think you just got to go maybe, I don't know, offensive line maybe in your first pick, maybe. Just because the offensive line has been up and down lately regarding Denver over the years.
Yeah.
But I also think, you lost Lindsey. I know people say Lindsey was no good at running back, but now you got Melvin Gordon. You got to rely on Melvin Gordon now at running back for the Denver Broncos, if he's still, with the Denver Broncos. But
Ray, same question for you for your Eagles, man. What do you think? What do y'all think y'all need to go for in this draft?
Number 1, wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, offensive lineman to help our quarterback stay in the pocket as much as you can.
Mm.
Without, if one of the offensive linemen messes up, then the quarterback is forced to scramble, and that's where problems come.
But the thing is, you got two quarterbacks that scramble. Flacco is a scrambling quarterback. He's
he is.
School, but he still can move.
The situations where a pass is necessary and you need the pocket not to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm alluding to. In terms of that.
All right.
Ray, who's your NBA MVP? Is it your good old boy Joel?
So far,
I
yeah.
got mine. I'll let Ray go first because I know mine.
Yeah, right now it's Joel Embiid. He's proven to me that he can carry his team right now. Second, right now the Sixers are right behind the Brooklyn Nets for the first seed. Right behind them, half game. It's gonna be interesting at the end.
I can tell you this much. The MVP ain't LeBron James. It ain't gonna be Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Curry. Give me Curry.
Which one?
Number 30.
What?
Seth Curry?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So Seth Curry is.
No. No.
Yeah. Come on, man. You cannot doubt him. He's having a hell of a season right now, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
They are in the playoff race at number 9 without James Wiseman. So,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Oh, Steph Curry. Oh, okay.
But I mean, all right, if we're gonna get an NBA talk, then let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets.
There you go.
I mean, they're playing with the bench right now. It's Kyrie and the bench that are playing, and they're dominating right now. They look great. So when the playoff starts, are we going to actually see the power three? Or are we just going to sit back and be like, okay, it's going to be the bench that's going to lead the Brooklyn, and it's going to be a no-show?
Yeah, didn't James Harden get or not suspended, but like he's still out indefinitely now, supposedly according to one report. But I guess I'll do he's out indefinitely right now with that hamstring injury. I guess I'll go with my MVP and good old Jokic from the Denver Nuggets.
No,
that's my MVP, right?
I knew you was gonna say that. But you know what? Curry and them beat him last night.
Yeah, true. But the way that Jokic, he's averaging that triple, like for example, sorry Grizzlies. God, I want to talk about that game when they played Denver the other night. But yeah, another story for another day regarding the Grizzlies and Denver Nuggets game because the Grizzlies were up by 13.
Wait a minute now.
Hang on.
Grizzlies did awesome last night against Portland.
True.
Now. Come on.
But the thing is about Jokic, though, he's been carrying Denver over the hump since Jamal Murray got hurt with that ACL injury. So that's one reason I still like Jokic as my MVP right now because he scored 47 in one game recently as well. But yeah, kudos to the Grizzlies, Nathan. Let's talk about that game a little bit with the Portland Trailblazers.
Let's talk about it. It was a hell of a game.
Let's
back
go.
And forth. I loved it.
No defense.
No defense at all. No defense.
AU basketball.
Let's just fast break back and forth. We'll keep it scoring. Somebody's
guys.
Sure, that's what happened.
Yes. Well, guys, we had one heck of a show today. Thank you, everyone, watching on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And John, before we go, something going on with Wes?
Well, let's just give his sister some congratulations on her big day today, since Wes is attending her wedding. So congratulations to Wes's sister Haley. So let's just give her kudos, congratulations on her big day. Congratulations for marrying her best friend and the lover of her life. So congratulations to Haley and that family of Wes Pruitt, our host of the 4-Star Sports as well. But guys, let's end the show on a sad note, though, in general, because college basketball in the future NBA lost a future NBA hopeful and Terrence Clark. So prayers to the Kentucky Big Blue Nation regarding that. I know people seen the video out there, but wow. But just prayers for him and his family during that rough time. Praise for Coach Kyle Perry and his staff. Praise for the Kentucky Big Blue Nation regarding that. I know the good thing about that, I mean, there's no good news regarding that, but the good news out of that, I see a lot of NBA players, doing their condolences to that player as well, Terrence Clark, because he was going to be a future NBA player. And a lot of players played with him, like pick up basketball with him. So, in other news regarding Kentucky basketball, Tony Barbee took the job at Central Michigan, the former Auburn basketball coach, Kentucky assistant, Memphis assistant. So that'll be some interesting news regarding Kentucky basketball. Also, congratulations to Penny Hardaway and picking up Chandler Lawson and Jonathan Lawson's, the Lawson brothers. So that'll be a big pickup for Penny Hardaway regarding that as well. So yeah, be interesting. Some college basketball transfers still going on as we speak today as well.
Yes, definitely.
Any players that you want to bring up real quick before we end the show?
Oh man. Well,
other than Boeheim picking up his other son from Cornell or whatever.
Yeah. I seen that. It just came across my feed and everything on Facebook. But I mean, I know it's not basketball. Alabama had another transfer, one of our defensive backs in the transfer portal. So, and oh wait, breaking news! I gotta say this because I got Ray on here too. Projected to Eagles in the new mock draft, it's got Ian Book going to the Eagles.
Ian Book,
Notre Dame's quarterback.
Interesting.
So, oh well, here's something big right here. That Arkansas wide receiver, I think it's Woods, is going to Oklahoma now. So he's going to be a Sooner.
Like Christian brought up with Ty yesterday, the timing is odd. Definitely on that player, Mr. Woods, going to Oklahoma, especially right after the spring game.
Mm-hmm.
So the timing is kind of way off on that.
I mean, dude, it's just like that one player we were just talking about. Man, I wish I remember. He only played one. He only had one spring practice, just one, and then he's transferring again. He's like, nope, this ain't team for me. Going. So this transfer portal, man, I'm telling you, it's crazy, dude. And apparently, Fletcher, Kentucky transfer, Fletcher commits to Florida State for basketball.
Interesting.
But
Coach Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it though. This is something the whole. I know a lot of people got a different input on the transfer portal. I mean, but for you to just go to one practice and be like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go jump back in the transfer. Let me wait and see, where I go next." I mean, come on, man. I just think that you need to be 110% and not just be like, all right, I'm going to go here. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't like the practice. I'm going to go somewhere else now. I mean, come on.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about playing time.
Indeed, yes. Yes, indeed. So, let's wrap things up. Thank you for watching today. On behalf of John Sturdivant, Nathan Wilson, Kristen Johnson, Wes Pruitt, and the rest of the 4-Star Sports Show team, I'm Ray Buquette saying so long, everyone. We'll see you all next week.